Hello gems, welcome again to this channel. In this tutorial, we'll be learning how to make a scrunchie. It is one of the easiest crochet projects to do. You can make it in plain color or mixed colors. Let's get started. For this tutorial, you need yarn. This second color is optional. You need a hook. I used 5mm hook for this tutorial. You also need elastic or elastic band. You can get this elastic in any shop that sell tailoring materials. You can also use this elastic band instead of this elastic. And you need a needle and a thread. This is optional because if you are using this band, you don't need this, but if you'll be using this, you will need a needle and thread to join the two ends of the elastic. You also need a tape measure to measure the inches of the elastic that you'll be using, and a needle to weave in the ends, and a scissors to cut your yarn. I'll be using this elastic for the scrunchie that I'm going to be making. For this elastic, measure about 6.5 inches, that's 6.5 inches, and cut. The next thing you want to do is to thread your needle. I already did that, so I'm just going to be joining the two ends together. I'll make sure they overlap like this, and I'll join the two ends together. You don't need to worry about perfect stitches because it's not going to be showing at the end of the day, but just make sure that the two ends are well joined and they are secured so that they don't come undone at the long run. So I've sewed it multiple times. I'm just going to tie it. And I'll cut the thread off this way. I'm going to trim all these ends off as well. So this is what we have now. To start, I'm going to be doubling my yarn because the yarn I'm using is a thin strand, is a lightweight yarn, so I'm going to be using 2 strands of it. To get the second strand, I'll just pull from the center. I'll use this from the center. I'll find the end. I've unraveled the yarn and I have the 2 strands ready now. I'm going to make a slip knot first, like this, and I will insert it to the elastic this way. I'll chain 1 and I'm going to do single crochet all around. Make sure you hide this end as you are working so you don't have to weave it in at the end. Now that the elastic is fully covered, you are going to slip stitch at the top of the first single crochet like this. Then you chain 3 and do 2 double crochets in that same space. The chain 3 serves as a double crochet. In the next single crochet, you are going to do 3 double crochets. So you keep working 3 double crochets in each single crochets. I've gotten to the last stitch and I've done 3 double crochets, so I'm going to slip stitch in the chain 3 that I began with. For the next row, I'm going to chain 3. The chain 3 serves as a double crochet. Then I'll do 2 more double crochets in that next space. Then in every other double crochets, I'm going to do 3 double crochets in them. I've gotten to the last stitch and I've done 3 double crochets. I'm going to slip stitch on the chain 3 that I started with. Then I'll chain 1 and cut. See how beautiful this scrunchie is. The next thing we're going to be doing is to weave in this end. After that, we are going to add this color at the tip just to form a design. Again, this is optional, it depends on if you want it or not. The scrunchie is really okay this way, but if you want, you can add another color of yarn at the tip just for the design. So within the end, you insert the yarn into the needle this way, and you just take it around until the end is all gone. So I have just little end remaining, and I'm just going to cut it off. So our scrunchie is done. I'm going to be adding this color all round. We are going to do a slip knot, attach it to the scrunchie this way.
You chain one, then you do single crochet all around. Remember to weave in this end as you go.
This is what we have after working single crochet all round. To end, I'm going to slip stitch in this first single crochet that I started with. I'll chain one and cut off my yarn this way. Lastly, I'm going to weave in this end. We'll weave it in the same way we did the previous one. We are all done with our scrunchie. See how beautiful this is. You should try this out for yourself. Thank you for joining in this tutorial, and I'll see you in the next one.